Hi friends, this is your host Hannah of the Alpine Lodge on Pikes Peak. And speaking of Pikes Peak, there it is right there. I'm actually just getting on to Highway 24 west from Manitou. So the purpose of this video is to show you all precise driving instructions on how to get to the lodge from Highway 24 going west. But I had to start it a little bit early to show you this more than incredible view that you'll be experiencing when you're here. To our left of the highway right now is Manitou Springs, which is a must. You might see a little line through the mountains straight ahead, the green one, and that is actually the Manitou Incline. And then you can see Pikes Peak just towering in the background. I have lived here for 20 years, and people told me that my excitement would dim, and it hasn't. To our right here is the Manitou Cliff Dwellings and Museum, which is another wonderful place for you guys to go to and visit while you are at the Alpine Lodge. We're talking 5-10 minutes most from your vacation retreat. So you'll notice what a great location it is as I'm driving up. You're literally in the middle of everything. To our right, again, right here is Cave of the Winds, Mountain Park and Adventure Park. I'm actually going to be listing an entire section on that in the website. So you can access that and kind of get all those insider tips, what to do, what's age appropriate for your squad that's joining you, and so on. So right now, still on Highway 24, and we are headed up what's called Ute Pass. So Ute Pass is the mountain pass that you will go through to get to the lodge, and I never tire of it. Whether it's in the morning or the afternoon, there's always really beautiful things to see here. One thing I will say, if you have little ones or for those adults that just enjoy a little bit of fun, we do have a local that hid a Waldo up in the mountains on the side of the highway. And it's actually kind of hard to see, but it's fun to look for. So as long as you are not the driver, because this is actually Waldo Canyon, is the name of the canyon itself that Ute Pass runs through. One of the locals thought that would be funny, and I agree. I think it was pretty great. So that's kind of a fun little game you can have the entire family looking for as you're heading west on Highway 24 to the lodge. But we are just about 5 minutes away now. So you can see how close that is from Manitou, from Cave of the Winds, from the Manitou Cliff Dwellings, from Garden of the Gods, which I actually passed just before entering the exit on Manitou. It is all right there for you. So as beautiful as this pass is, and as much as I'd love to show you the entire thing, I am gonna cut this out right now. Let's save some of it for the surprise and the adventure for you all in real time. And I'm gonna come back to this video when we get to our next turn. All right, so we're just a couple minutes into the drive up Ute Pass, and I wanted to turn it on here because we're coming up pretty close to our next turn. Also around this next bend, you will notice to your left, you'll see a road up in the mountains to the left, or hopefully you'll be able to note it. And that is actually the Pikes Peak Highway. So once again, super central location you guys are coming to. Well done on your choice. With that little brown ridge up on top there, over to the left in those mountains, that is actually the first lookout point on Pikes Peak Highway. And I highly recommend, if you're going up Pikes Peak Highway, which you must if you stay here, it's an incredible memory. You need to stop at that first lookout point. A lot of people don't, because they're really excited to get up the mountain, but I highly recommend stopping so you and your friends, your family can look over Ute Pass and see what it is that you drove up and through to get here. It's really beautiful. So you can see we have our Pikes Peak Highway turn coming up, and there's 2 ways to get to the lodge, but I like to go this way. When I lived up here, I loved coming this way every day. It made me feel like a tourist, but I wasn't, and it just felt special. I don't know. Like I said, I still absolutely enjoy every part of being here in this region. It just never gets old. So this is where we turn. We turn left at the Pikes Peak Highway. It's the first stoplight on our way up and through the pass, and they have a few cute shops down here. Pikes Peak Rock Shop has some really cool local rocks that have been found and mined out if you are into that sort of thing, as I am. You'll also notice as we go along this road, there is a Fern's Diner. It's actually a vegan diner, really, really popular over to our left. You'll also note the sign right behind Fern's Diner for the Dinosaur Resource Center, which is just up the road, looks like 10 miles in Woodland Park, and it's a great place for kiddos. So this is where it can get confusing. You can see to our left is Pikes Peak Highway and the North Pole, but we actually want to stay on our right, and we're gonna go on Chipeta Park Road. So don't go up Pikes Peak Highway. At this point anyways. If you do, it's okay. You'll just turn around and make a hard turn left to get onto Chipeta Park Road. But you want to veer to the left, and this is the beautiful and quaint and quiet Chipeta Park Road. The residents here are just very kind people. I do ask, please be sure to watch your speed limit on these mountain roads. The locals do walk these every day, at the same time every day usually, with their dogs. And as you can see, there's no sidewalks. So it's maybe not the safest place to walk, but they do. And we want to make sure to keep everyone safe. So please keep your speed limit to 30, so you can also enjoy and take in the views. So Chipeta Park Road is going to take us all the way to our next left-hand turn, and I will just stay here with you as we go. All right, and we are coming up on our turn. So your Google Maps is going to want to tell you to turn left right here onto Musa Road. Do not do that. Absolutely do not use Musa Road, whether it's spring, summer, winter, fall. Go past it, even though your maps may tell you to, and utilize either Timpa or the next road, which is Peekaboo. I'm gonna head up Timpa and show you what this is like. So the reason we don't want to use Musa is it becomes extremely steep, especially at the top. And even during good weather, I've noticed certain cars not be able to make it up. And so we actually want to utilize Timpa or Peekaboo when turning left off of Chipeta Park Road. Oh, it's so beautiful up here. I love this time of year, and probably every time of year up here, but this is one of my favorites in the spring. Okay, so you're going to turn left then onto Ute Road. And then you are going to stay to your left here. And that stop sign can be confusing. So once again, you're just staying on Ute Road until you get to the house. So we are going to keep going, and you may get confused thinking you need to turn right at some point, but you don't. Just stay left onto Ute Road. I think that's probably the most confusing part of the directions in getting here is sometimes your maps will just want to take you all over, but don't do it. Just stay left on Ute Road. After you turn off of Timpa or Peekaboo, stay left until you reach the house. Oh, look at this view. So to our left, the mountains, and that's all part of the Waldo Canyon, that actually experienced a really awful and devastating fire. It would have been approximately 10 years ago now. So you can see where it almost looks bald in places. It's starting to regenerate, and the life and the trees, but you'll notice some of the burnt out timber still standing. That is why I am so sincere when talking about the fire danger here locally. We don't mess around with it. It is the livelihood of thousands and thousands of families that live up here. But as we turn, we're going to hit the dead end of Ute Road, and there is the lodge. I'm still working on it right now, which is why you see a lot of construction stuff up there. But at least for right now, this will give you a good insight into how to properly get here. Now I'm going to just pull right up and in into the first parking space, which is just straight ahead right here. And we can park. All right, thanks so much, guys. I hope this helps. Bye-bye.